What's up, guys? It's Josh. I just want to take a moment and talk about losing fat and what we do to lose fat, and try to throw some numbers at you, see if I can change your perception. Current perception right now is that cardio is superior for burning fat. And I think we kind of get that idea because a lot of the machines have the calorie counters on them. And we know that if we go into a caloric deficit, meaning that we are burning more than we take in, that we burn fat. And to some degree, that is right. But I think if you knew some other things, that might change your mind on whether cardio is the best way to do that. Now, the biggest way that we burn calories is actually at rest, okay? Because we're at rest more than we could ever train. And according to the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, our resting metabolism is responsible for roughly 60 to 75% of the calories that we burn in a day. And that's actually a sedentary person, so a person doing absolutely nothing. Really our goal, that's such a big number that we could never get training. Our goal should always be to train in a way that's going to elicit a response that would improve that resting metabolism. Now, one way we do that is to use these muscles, because muscles are active really at all times, and they actually take calories, it requires calories just to keep them there. And they're responsible for about 5 to 6 calories per pound per day at rest. So that's an untrained muscle. The cool thing is, in the Journal of Obesity, we found out that a trained muscle for 24 to 48 hours is worth about 9 calories per pound per day. So we see about a 35% increase just by taking that same amount of muscle and training it. And the protocol that they used for training was actually pretty light. It was roughly one set of 10 exercises, taking the muscle close to failure or fatigued state. And that's just twice a week. That's not a whole lot of training. So instead of going in and doing cardio, we want your mindset to be, I'm going to go in and train in a way that's going to elicit a response that improves my resting metabolism. And the best way to do that, which I just explained, is really through our muscles. So if you go in instead of doing cardio and you do some form of weight training, okay, and you get to a point where you train yourself where that body needs to recover or repair that trained muscle, then we're going to improve that metabolism. Also, as we weight train and we actually acquire more lean mass, so every pound that we put on, that's, like I said, 5 to 6 or up to 9 calories per pound per day. So the more muscular person is burning more calories at all time when we're doing nothing, and is burning even more, of course, when they're training. So you can either look at that as more calories burned to help us lose weight, or more calories that we can consume, which if you're an eater is always a good thing. So what I just want you to think about when you're going into the gym, don't be so concerned with the amount of calories that you're burning during the workout. You want to train in an intense way that elicits a response for the body that it needs to get conditioned to, and of course in a way that it needs to repair the muscles that you have just trained. Do that, resting metabolism improves, and therefore you're burning more calories all the time, every day, instead of just the times that you're working out. All right, so think about that. Thanks, guys.